Hello, hello. Welcome back for another live stream today. Yeah, let's talk about trading, and let's discuss a little bit. Let's chat a little bit. As always, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. Also, we will of course have a look at my account, which is a little bit negative today, just in the few minutes, because the gold trade was really, or gold in general was really coming down, which is not good for this trade. But we will have plenty of time to discuss now. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Thanks a lot for the question. Hey guys, hello everyone. Let me see if my camera is good. I think it is. Actually, I don't know where the best place is, so I don't hide any important data or charts. Probably here is good. I don't know. Maybe make it a little bit smaller. So yeah, and there are the first questions, or the first question about the strategies. Actually, I could even show all of my strategies here right now, because I haven't done this for a while, and it might be a little bit confusing because I only show these 7 charts at a time, but I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more charts minimized here. So if I make it bigger, where is it now actually? I tried to maximize one of the charts here. I hope it's loading. Okay, let me try to rearrange these. Okay, there is the US30 now. Opala. Okay, I see my VPS is a little bit struggling with the different MetaTrader 5s that I'm running. So it takes a while to update here. Actually, maybe there is a little bit too much work on my VPS right now. I'm running 3 different MetaTrader 5s, and also I'm streaming all of the time from this here. Yeah, maybe for the time I'm streaming live, I can at least close the Google Chrome. So what we see here is, as you saw, I can also like maximize all of these charts or make them bigger. And if we do so, we can see that there are even more charts here. What is this doing? Okay, I will take my time to make all of them big here, so we can see all of the different charts that I trade here. So we have the full picture, because usually, as I said, I only show the 7 charts, because a lot of the symbols, or in multiple symbols, I trade multiple strategies. So the chart obviously is always the same, and just the expert advisor in the upper right corner is different. And the reason why I am using multiple charts is just because you can only run one expert advisor in every MT5 chart. But if I do it like this, you can see these are all of the strategies now visible in one screen, all of the strategies that I trade. And if we go through these different strategies, you can see the first 3 ones on the left side, in the first left column, if you want to say so. They're all the go long expert advisor. It's just the basic go long expert advisor that I also published on my website for free. So it's the exact same program. And you can see here I'm trading this in US30, DE40 and US tech. Actually in all of these charts with great success, which is not a surprise, because obviously the stock market has been incredibly strong lately. So this is where a lot of the money is coming from the profits in this account. Actually, overall profits, by the way, while I am speaking, is 63,000 euro. And yeah, a lot of this is coming from the go long strategy, which is just following the indices. And then the next column, if you want to say so, is the range breakout EA. I traded in USD Japanese yen, Euro US dollar, and GBP US dollar. In USD Japanese yen, GBP US dollar, I trade a very simple approach. First breakout of the day, no range filter. In the Euro US dollar, I do use a range filter. That's why there are not a lot of trades. It's actually kind of selective. If I can open the settings here, you can see the range filter is filtering out a lot of the trades. I think usually the range is too small, between 1 and 2 AM, but in the tests over the last 10 years, this has shown quite good results. And actually also in my account so far, the results are really, really good. I can also show you the overall results for Euro US dollar. Even though there are not many trades, the performance definitely is really good. I mean, at least it's positive. So if we go here for Euro US dollar, and I only trade this one strategy, yeah, you can see here not a lot of trades, but 1,300 euro with 100 trades. So I'm definitely glad for this money, of course. And then in the next column here, I trade the turnaround Tuesday strategy. As I said, these are the same symbols that I traded before. It's the 40, US30 and US tech. So this is why I usually minimize these charts, because it's not really showing anything different. Turnaround Tuesday strategy also extremely successful so far. Let's see how it will be in the future. And then on the right side again, it's the range breakout EA in DE40, US30, gold and Euro Japanese yen. So you can see I trade the range breakout EA in actually 7 charts, and then the go long in 3 charts, and the turnaround Tuesday in 3 charts, which makes a total of 13 charts. So 13 different strategy symbol combinations are running in this account. And yeah, this is a little overview, because I don't really do this often, and maybe new viewers on the channel are confused what's actually going on in this account, but no, you know. So let me read some more of your questions in a second. I think I could even crop my image a little bit more, so we can see more of the one second, 150. Okay, maybe like this, it's good. Yeah. Then I can make myself a little bit bigger here. So there we go. Okay, so there are more questions in the chat. So I will just go from top to bottom, I think. If you have any questions, feel free to ask anything in the chat. I'm usually usually open to any questions. So if there's something on your mind, let me know. So there is a question, what's your original starting balance? And yeah, also here, of course, I can be transparent, even though I know it is a little bit confusing, because as I showed in this account, the profit so far is 63,000, but still I have a lot less in my account. This is maybe why some people are confused, but the only reason for this is, if we have a look at the history here, you can see I deposited a total, like in the whole life cycle of this account, I deposited 45,000 euro with different deposits, and I've withdrawn 75,000. So I have withdrawn 30,000 more than I deposited. So basically, I made some deposits and withdrawals in the past. The reason for this is because I don't really need to keep so much money in this account, because I'm not really using a lot of leverage. So this is why it's just not needed. But here we can also see it quite nicely in the MQL5 signal of this account. So you can see here it's also very transparent. You can see like all of the profits every single month, etc., etc. And here, here we can also see that I started, like my very initial balance was 5,000 euro, because I was hoping to start in a good period, but unfortunately I started in a period where I had a little bit of drawdown immediately. So I realized that 5k maybe was a little bit optimistic, so I deposited another 5k here and another 5k here. So in the first I don't know, in the first 50 trades, which is like the first month or first 1.5 months, I deposited a total of 15,000 euro in this account. From this point on, then it was going better. From the moment here, like where my cursor is right now, from here my signal was public on MQL5, so completely transparent. This is why you can see it in dark blue here. And then yeah, I basically started making profits. So this, when the balance reached 44,000, I made a withdrawal of, can I see it here? I withdrew 25,000 euros. So at this point, I was even like, I took more money out of the account than I ever deposited. So here I was already like risk free, if you want to say so. Then I was trading. Unfortunately, then here Trump decided to do his tariff games, and there was a bigger drawdown which brought the account down to 9k. So I deposited another 30k with 2 deposits, and then here I was able to withdraw 50,000 euro again after the account recovered. So this is a little bit confusing, but as I said, on MQL5 it's a good way to really follow this account. You can see everything completely transparent. You see all of the deposits and withdrawals, and also the monthly P&L. So I think it's easy to understand once you look at the numbers here. But so in total, my initial deposit was 5k, but then quickly after I deposited another 10k. So I kinda deposited 15k in the beginning. And then there are more questions. What do you think about dynamic risk management, especially when talking about prop firm challenges like you approaching X% drawdown, you cut risk in half until X recovery? I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this, to be honest, because I think like if your strategy is in a drawdown and you cut the risk in half, which means that your position size is half as big, then you of course also need longer to reach profitability again. And it depends. If the drawdown would continue for a while, then of course it's good to reduce the risk. But if there would be the next recovery period, then you would of course also cut your profits. So this is why I'm usually a fan of using the same risk kinda all of the time. This to me somehow is the most logical. So I've never really done this. I mean, it can make sense, but it can also reduce your profits. It depends on the market period. And since the market period in the next few trades is hard to predict, this is why I usually don't use these risk adjusting mechanisms. Then JK Ash 3A7 is asking, I have brought AFTMO challenge, and after watching your videos about prop firms, I'm a bit worried about them closing my account. If I'm profitable, do you advise trading with own cash or prop firms? you can try prop firms. I mean, I know that I made some videos why I don't trade with prop firms anymore, but still, after all, I have to say I didn't lose any money with prop firms. Like, so far I gained a lot of money from prop firms. So this is why I cannot really say prop firms are bad or evil. Personally, I never received any harm from prop firms. I made from FTMO, I made about 10,000 euro after calculating and summing up all of my costs and my payouts. So I cannot really say anything bad about them, but still, of course, there is the risk that they will ban you. So keep it in mind, but still, I would say it's you can still trade with them. I mean, you can still make money with them. I don't want to be like extremely against prop firms. You just have to understand how the business works, and of course, if there's a trader who is consistently profitable and always requesting huge payouts, of course, it's a risk for the prop firm, and they will try everything that is in their power to get you out. But it doesn't mean that you cannot make money before that. Hi René, the time of USD Japanese yen in IC markets is H plus 1 hour, 4 hour to 7 hour. I don't know if it's a question. So my program is using the server time of IC Trading, which is my broker, or IC markets, and the time in USD Japanese yen that I use in the settings is from 3 to 6. This is the server time with IC Trading and the times that I trade with the range breakout EA. Actually, gold is recovering a bit, which is good, and the account is in profit again today. What's the minimum amount you can deposit in your broker? Personally, I do not have a broker. Probably you're asking for my partner brokers, most likely IC Markets and IC Trading. I think the minimum deposit is still $200, which is like a very small amount. So it's really, it's really easy to trade even super small accounts. 1 second, I will be back soon. Hi René, is there any way we could chat about EAs? Got a few ideas. I mean, you can always write a comment below my YouTube videos or here in the chat. You can leave a comment. That's probably the best way. I'm not really interested in like chatting with random people in the internet, to be honest, because I don't know, it's not really providing a lot of value for me personally. But yeah. But if you want to discuss here in the live stream, for example, feel free. Or if we are in the same city physically, we can go for a coffee or something. This is what I usually enjoy more than chatting with strangers in the internet. No offense, but it's just, I mean, it's not really making me happy. T-Man 103, how do you come up with trading strategies to code implement? Do you research them or just come up with your own ideas? Actually, it's a combination. I steal a lot of ideas from the internet. So I just search for existing approaches. I get inspiration from different sources. But also, of course, I just try my own strategies, what I think is logical, or just random indicators. It's a mix. Yeah, I think before you try it out, you cannot really say if a strategy could be good or bad. So usually you just have to try and test a lot of stuff. JKS 387 minus E9X. I have tested it and trade for the last 8 months. It really works. I don't know what we are talking about, but probably trading in general. Yeah, congrats if you made profits. Great to hear. Robot Innovation and AI, can you fully rely on trading like this account you are using, or you just do it as a project? Do you mean for living? I don't live off my trading profits. It's just a hobby for me. as I showed my profits, these are the profits for the last 2 years. It's 63,000, so it's of course not enough to live off this, and it would be super unstable. So of course, this is trading for me is a hobby and a marketing tool to promote my products and services, but it's not a income source I would rely on. Please share settings for range breakout EA. Actually, I did a lot of times already on my YouTube channel. I made a lot of videos. Also here in the live stream. I mean, I showed already like for USD Japanese yen. I can go through the settings, no problem. I just don't want to do it every 5 minutes in the stream, but once or twice, of course, I can show my settings. So I think I need to make this even bigger to just give you an overview. More settings are not relevant. They don't change anything. So these are the settings I use for USD Japanese yen. Ranges from 3 to 6 for me, and they close at 18 o'clock or 6 p.m. I don't use any trading stops or range filters, and I only trade the first trade. And then in Euro US dollar, here actually it's a little bit different. I showed before that I trade with a kind of restrictive range size filter, but also just the first trade and no trading stops. And from 1 to 2 a.m. and they close also at 6 p.m. Then in GBP US dollar, I trade from 4 to 11:30 in this account, close also at 6 p.m. No trading stop, first trade, and no range filter. By the way, if you want to look this little bit in more detail, just pause the stream or go back in the stream. And then I also trade the range breakout EAND 40. Also kind of restrictive range filter. Also here I use the break-even stop. Yeah, you can see all of the data here, so I don't have to read it out, I think. In US30, also range filter is active here, no trading stops. Times you can see here, as I said, just pause the stream if you are interested. In gold, I trade from 3 to 6 and close at shortly before 7 p.m. No range filter anymore. I used it in the beginning, but I don't use it anymore. First trade of the day only. And Euro Japanese yen, this is the strategy that I activated the latest now. Here I don't use the trading stop, trade the first trade, no range filter, and my range is from 1 to 10 a.m. This is basically it. So yeah, these are all of my settings for the range breakout EA. Feel free to copy them if you want, but make your own tests. I'm not a financial advisor. My settings can be super bad in the future. I have no idea. So yeah, just be responsible for yourself. Grunds FTV is writing a comment in German. Moin René, schön, dass du wieder da bist. Wer ist in Zukunft neue Strategien entwickeln? He's asking if I want to develop new strategies in the future. Maybe. It always depends a little bit on motivation for me. A lot of the times I'm not super motivated, I have to be honest. But if I'm motivated or find a new project that I like, and then of course I will develop new strategies. But it's really a lot of work, and yeah, it's really a lot of work to develop new strategies, a lot of coding, testing, and then you still don't know if it will work. So yeah, but I will most likely go back to it, of course, at some point. You missed my question. I missed your question. Okay. Actually, did I miss your question? Do you advise trading with own cash or prop firm? I know I answered this question quite detailed, I think. So maybe you have another question. Maybe you can repeat in the chat. I don't know. I understand you don't want to talk to stranger. Can't write it here. It's pretty complicated. Would be too long message, but I wish you good luck. Thanks, man. Good luck to you as well. Are you still using strategy Quant X? The strategy builder I never used, but I used the Quant Data Manager and the Quant Analyzer, which is also from the Strategy Quant team. I think these products are very useful for me. Strategy Quant X is not useful for me because I can code my own strategies. I don't need a EA builder for it. Lukas Torsch. Hey René, thanks for sharing the knowledge. Thanks, man. I appreciate your feedback. I'm glad you like it. And I'm glad you also like the German channel. I'm not really active there, but of course the old videos are still valid and can be used to learn like coding and some stuff about the trading. So what is your actual profession in real? Do you have certain business that makes your life easy other than trading? I get most of my money from this YouTube channel. So I would say I'm a trading influencer, maybe you can say. Most of my money is actually coming from broker partnerships. So brokers pay very, very well if you refer clients to them. This is where all of the trading gurus on YouTube make their money. Of course, they don't make their money from trading. I think most people know this already, but brokers pay really well. And this, of course, also where a lot of my money is coming from. Also, I sell some software, like trading programs or the programming course that I created. So this is basically where most of my money is coming from. And then, of course, a little bit is coming from trading if it's going good. But also trading, why I always say it's not really reliable. I can just show you. Wait, let me go to my seller profile. I can just show you like how this account, for example, was performing, and it was performing well for a very long time. But now also since the last like for about half a year or so, since July 2025, for half a year, I'm not making any profit with trading basically. So this is why I think trading is not super reliable. You never know when you make profits and when you don't. So this is why I personally never really recommend it as a important income source. It's more of a addition, a hobby, side hustle, however you want to call it, but it's not really a reliable source of income. I know that some trading gurus in the internet, they try to make it seem different, but it's just a lie. It's not a reliable source of income. It's always a gamble. It's not. Of course, you try to change the odds or influence the odds in a way that it's beneficial for you and that increases your chance of winning. But in the end, it's a gamble because the actual outcome is not certain. You cannot know it. So this is basically the definition of gambling. I don't see any scalping EA live on your YouTube streams. Is it not profitable? I don't know. Currently, I don't have any scalping EAs in my portfolio because I tried a few. They usually had problems with slippage. I think that's the biggest problem with scalping EAs or EAs, any EA basically that uses stop orders. Especially if you have tight stop orders, then you will have problems with slippage. So mostly all of my scalping projects kinda were not reliable long term because of this only reason, slippage. Bro, are you still streaming on VPN? I am streaming 24/7, like this account here that you see on the stream on my VPS. Yes, it's on my channel 24/7. Hello René, thought I'd drop by and say hi. Hello to you. Good to see you in the stream. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Can you show information in live about all the settings you are using? I showed all of the settings already for my range breakout EA. Just go back in the stream if you're interested. Also the other settings, I mean, it's pretty simple. Like here, this is for US30, go long. I just open at 105 and close at 23.50. No trade management whatsoever. Same settings. No, a little bit different settings in D40. Here go from 905 to 22.55. And in the US SEC, I have the same settings as in the US30. And then also, of course, turnaround Tuesday strategy. Very simple. I will just show it quickly here. You can pause the stream if you want to read it. And these are all of my settings. But I also made separate videos about it on my YouTube channel already, so you can easily watch it. In the streams here, I don't want to like just talk about my settings every 5 minutes because it's pretty boring. And all of the information is already out there on YouTube, so you can just watch it. And also it's now here in the stream. Hi René, the current open US30 position, which EA is it from? You can always look at the position, then the magic number. Okay, here it's not visible, but in the 24/7 stream it's visible. And the magic number will show you, in this case it's 2. And then in the description of this stream, you can see the explanation for all of the magic numbers. So magic number 1, 2, and 3 is the go long EA, so you know exactly which position was opened by which expert advisor. Towella 1, well, what is the point? You're a German scientist. No, I'm German, but I'm not a scientist. I know what I am, human, maybe, I don't know. JOB5437, René, chat, do you have download speed issues with Quant Data Manager to download data, especially for instruments with data from 2017? Actually, I don't really check how long it takes, because usually I just download on my VPS and it takes as long as it takes. I mean, I can just start the download, then wait a few hours until it's downloaded, and I don't really have to sit in front of the PC. So I'm not really worried about the download data, actually. Yeah. So but I also never really had problems with the download speed. It's always fine. I saw there is 70% drawdown. Is it dangerous? Yeah, you probably saw this drawdown in my MQL5 signal, but shit. There it is. So here the drawdown is the maximum drawdown is very big. But the thing is that in this account, I explained it at the beginning of the stream already. I made multiple withdrawals, and I never kept a lot of money in this account. And in this account, I adjust the risk in a way that it would be appropriate kind of for a 50,000 euro account. But if you see here, I keep a lot less money than 50,000 in this account, which means that if there is a drawdown, of course, the percentage that is written here is a lot higher than the actual drawdown, because actually what we would have to do is calculate the drawdown on 50,000 euro deposit. And this is, for example, what we can see in my trade buddy here. So you can see here is the actual performance adjusted or calculated on a 50,000 euro deposit, and here the drawdown, the maximum drawdown, of course, is a lot smaller. It's still not small, but the maximum drawdown in percent here is 25%, and maximum drawdown in money or in euro is 22,000. So it's not actually 70%. But also 70% drawdown is totally valid, and it's not like a bad thing per se. It depends always on your personal risk feeling. If you have an account and you have 50,000 euro in this account and you lose 70%, for some people it could be bad, for some people it could be okay. It really depends on your feeling for risk. It depends on your personal financial situation, but you cannot say a 70% drawdown is good or bad without any context. So it's really personal how you would like rate or analyze or like put your drawdowns into perspective. Okay, so all longs today got faked out. Yeah, of course, some of the longs are not going great, like most of them, as you realized. But I mean, it's just one trading day. One trading day doesn't mean anything. René, have you ever re-optimized your EA settings ever since you started trading them? Yes, a few times. I also made adjustments, and for all of these adjustments, I made videos on the channel, so you can see exactly when I changed what. For example, I changed USD Japanese yen and GBP US dollar by reducing or taking away the range filter. I also doubled the risk in these charts at one point. So I made a few changes, but as I said, all of this is documented on the channel. It's gambling with risk management. Yeah, that's kind of what describes trading. You're really cool, bro. Stay what you are actually. Really, thanks. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate it. Trying to be real, if I can. Bro, why do you no longer trade prop firms with the EAs? I traded FTMO for a while. I was maximum allocated. I got a lot of payouts. I was even in profit, but at some point I could not work with them anymore because of prop firm policies. And then I decided that prop firms are not a reliable partner for me personally, and I decided to not work with them anymore. And at this point, maybe in the future it will change, but most likely not. Yeah, I cannot really go into detail because it's against some contracts of these prop firms, and I personally decided to not start a war against prop firms or anything. I don't say prop firms are bad. As I said before, I made money with them. I'm happy. But for me personally, it's not a long-term reliable partner, and I want to focus on long-term stuffs and like businesses or partnerships in general. Hi Rene, I have bought your Martingale board writing class and started the training. I noticed the date on your PC when you recorded is 2021. Can you confirm it's still up to date 5 years later? Definitely. Like, programming doesn't change. That's a good thing. Like, even on this channel, I have programming tutorials that are from, I don't know, probably 2017, 2018 when I started this channel, but it doesn't change. Like, you can watch all of the old videos, nothing changes. It's completely up to date. Usually, like, even if there are updates in MetaTrader 5 and there are adjustments to the code, which never really happens, I think, but then it's usually like backwards compatible, so you really don't have to worry about anything. And yeah, if you find out that something's not working anymore, send me a message. I will help you out, but don't be worried. Like, coding is really, once you learn the principles, which is the most important, you're good to go. And principles of coding never really change, or at least not for most commercial programming languages. They all follow the same principles, and they do it for tens of years, decades. Quant management free version has reduced download speed. Yes, that's true. Do you have experience with Linux VPS and MT5? Does it work with Linux? I never really tried, and I think it's better to use Windows because the MetaTrader 5 works best on Windows, I think. Once I tried to use the MetaTrader 5 on Mac, and even there it's not perfect, so I assume on Linux it's also not as easy to set it up as it is on Windows. But if you are familiar with Linux, if you know what you do, then just give it a try, I would say. Yupaku, how much capital did you start with and how much did it grow? Yeah, I explained this before already in detail. I can show it again. Like, here on my MQL5 signal, it's the best to show this. I started actually with 5,000 euro, but it's, I mean, you can check it yourself. Like, go to my MQL5 signal, this is the name, and see all of the deposits and withdrawals. I started with 5K, I deposited another 5K and another 5K, so then it was 15K from my money. Then I made a lot of profit. I withdrew 20K, 25K. Then there was a drawdown. I deposited 30K. Then there was a profit. I withdrew 50K. So overall, I mean, I adjusted a little bit depending on the drawdown, but overall the profit in the account is over 60,000 euro. This is the realized profit, and this is, I think, the most important metrics or number. And the money in this account I adjust depending on how much margin I need, but I don't want to keep like 100,000 euro in this account because it's basically just that money and it's not doing anything. Rene, you introduced me to algorithmic trading. Thank you very much. I created some EA using ChatGPT and Claude, but your videos gave me the necessary knowledge and critical thinking. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's interesting that you use AI for coding. I think it's really good at this point. I also did some experiments. I was surprised how good it is actually at this point. Rene, so for you the fibers is also off the table. Yes, it is. I never made bad experience with the fibers. I just tried 3 or 4 times to pass the challenge. I failed, and then I decided to don't try it again, because long term I don't really see prop firms as a sustainable business model for me, so I decided to just stop using them. Yeah, even though I cannot say anything bad about the fibers. Also, I was never funded with them, so where are you located? It's not asking me. Is there a way to out email even? Okay, some people are texting. Bro, please tell me easy way to get data. For example, chart time frame 1 minute, blah blah blah. If you need more data, you can use, for example, the Quant Data Manager or Tick Data Suite. There are different tools to download data. Yeah, I also made videos about it. Just look on my channel. Hey Rene, before success, how many times failed? I failed 20 times. I don't know, it depends what failure means. Actually, I never really failed ever since I started trading automated trading programs. It's actually funny. I can show you my very first project. It's still online. So this is my Fixbook profile. And here you can see this is my latest account, the account we are looking at right now. But this was my very first live trading project. And this is, I'm not updating this, I'm not trading this anymore, but this is an account. Once it's updated, we can see I started trading in the end of 2017. And you can see here, even though there was a drawdown for about 1 year, the account recovered and was profitable. So this was my very first fully automated trading account. So even then I was profitable, even if it was not like crazy performance or something, but I was kind of consistently profitable. Of course, there was a drawdown, but in the end, the drawdown was recovered and was profitable. So I would say kind of from the beginning, ever since I started using automated programs, I was profitable. But I mean, before that, I failed with manual trading, but that's another story because I was just not stable enough to trade manually. I think most people are not. Which are the best VPNs for Windows? I don't know. I just look around. I only try to use, or I only use one hosting provider, which is Strato. It's a German provider. For me, it's working out. So I didn't really look for others since then. So I'm making some losses here in this account now. I think it's mainly because the US tech is really going down here. 300 euro down now. Also, the currencies are not doing great. Gold also negative. Yeah, not a good day today, but also not really bad. It's just 600 euros so far. That's the 500 euros usually my risk for one trade, so it's not dramatic at all. Still would be good, of course, if the range breakout EA trades could recover, because in the currencies they will be closed in 19 minutes. I mean, in very left side candle where indicator starts, then how I align or get data of very left calculation. You are asking about how to do it in coding. If you want to learn how to code, check out the videos on my channel. Or also, of course, you can check out my programming course. If you want to learn how to code for the MetaTrader 5. It's a little bit hard to explain it now here quickly in the chat. But yeah, you can get the amount of bars with iBars function, for example. You can get data using iHigh, iLow, I indicator functions. But yeah, just learn a little bit about MQL5 coding, I would recommend. Warren Buffett gained 20% each year and your system gained 100% each year. Hope your system keeps that stable profit. No. My system did not get that much. Also, Warren Buffett cannot leverage. And my account so far only made, okay, it's quite good actually. It made about 60% every year if you calculate it on 50,000 euro, which would be fair, I would say. It made like 60, or this would be more like 70%, I guess, every year. But as I said, like Warren Buffett doesn't use leverage. I think it's a like stock investing portfolio, at least Berkshire, and you cannot really compare it. But yeah, I also hope that it will be this stable again or further in the future. I have something for you. Range breakout on Tesla with a range 1630 to 17, time close 2255. No OCO holding on the first got triggered, had fine results. Yeah, I'm sure you can have great results in single stocks. Probably a good idea. I don't know. I don't really use it a lot in stocks. But yeah, in the first place, I think because I was too lazy to test on a lot of different stocks. Also, I don't really have good data for stocks, I think. So that's why I never really tested or used it in stocks for a lot of time. Have you tried time series forecasting with machine learning? Okay, I never did. Maybe someone else did. Have you tried strategy quant X? No, I don't use EA builders because, yeah, for me it doesn't make sense. I know how to code, so I don't really need that. Rene, what plan of VPS do you recommend for your first project? Only one MT5 and let's say 8 EAs. I would choose the smallest plan. I mean, it depends. If you have like a lot of money to spend, you can choose a bigger plan. But for one MT5, no streaming software, nothing, just 8 EAs. I mean, it depends also on the EAs, of course, but usually the smallest plan should be fine, I think. And if you see you need more power, you can always upgrade, I think. Buddy, can you try $20 to 52,000 flip challenge live on YouTube using automation? I think you should give it a try. That's a very specific number, 52,000. Why not 50,000? But yeah, I mean, of course, it's completely unrealistic and it doesn't make sense. So I think it was more like a joke comment. How many EAs do you run in one portfolio? Yeah, you can literally see it on the screen. Here I run I mean, it's 3 different EAs or strategies, but I use a total of 12 charts. So yeah, that's the answer. I'm using demo account and use setting quite similar to your system, and GBP dollar lost too much. Will you still believe in GBP dollar in the future? Yeah, I also made a lot of losses with GBP dollar. I think I lost almost 10k at this point. I don't know. I will just use it more. I'm happy that the portfolio is carrying the chart, but yeah, I don't really have a good plan. I'm honest here when to turn off a strategy. And in the tests, it was looking good in the last years, but yeah, of course, in the live account, it's looking very bad. Just going down. So I would totally understand why people don't want to trade this. René, what capital management platforms instead of prop firms have you heard about? Darwinex or Access Capital, where they pay you a commission of investor profits? I heard of Darwinex, the other one I don't know. Darwinex, I'm actually running a project which is not successful at all. I'm just losing money. I started with 1k, but I have a lot of problems here in this account. Yeah, I talked about it before already, like the margin is not enough, like the leverage is not enough. That's why my positions are always bigger in gold. And I have some disadvantages here, so maybe I will stop this project at some point. But I know about Darwinex. Still, I think you cannot really make a lot of money with the investor capital, as far as I understood this. So yeah, maybe I will do more with it in the future, but at this point, I'm not really following it a lot. I reached out to them. Okay, that's not for me. I know it's unrealistic, but at least check the logic behind it. It's funny because your name is realistic. But from 20 to 52,000, I mean, how could this ever be realistic? It's so much gambling. Like, if you really can make it, then yeah, the odds are very little, of course. And there's no logic behind it. It's just gambling. I mean, of course, you can calculate the mathematical possibility for it, but what's the point? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Andreas, hi, how are you? I have a question. Do you use same range 3 to 5 on all pairs with range breakout EA? No, I use different settings in all of these charts. Before this, in the stream at the beginning or in the middle of this stream, I showed all of my settings for every single chart. So just skip through the stream and you will see all of my settings if you're interested. Then you can do your own test. Emra, wie geht's dir, René? I'm good. Mir geht's gut. Danke dir. Hoffe, dir geht's auch gut. With USD Japanese yen is coming down. Actually, it's not performing at all lately. There were a lot of losses in USD Japanese yen. Usually it's was always one of my most stable charts, most stable strategies, but now it's somehow not. Trying to show it. Yeah, you can see there were, okay, here you cannot really see it so much, but there were a lot of losses actually lately. Like yesterday was a loss. Oh, this was a little bit too much. Yeah, yesterday was a loss. Here was a loss. Here was a loss. Here was a loss. Here was a loss. There was were a lot of losses. I think last month and also this month probably it will not be profitable. The USD Japanese yen. Actually, last month was really bad. I lost like I think 3k if I remember correctly, which is really bad. This month could also be really bad. René, what statistics do you analyze when considering implementing a new EA? Do you only base your analysis on the performance graph? Actually, I mostly do, because I think the performance graph also shows, in the end, it shows also all of the key figures and numbers you would need, because I don't know, for me it's important that strategy makes profit, and this is what you see in the performance graph. And yeah, so for me this is like the most important metric. It sounds a little bit simple and stupid, but I don't know, for me it worked like this. I've seen that US Tech and US30 was plus positive up to 120, 200 today. Why I don't realize the profits? I mean, 100 or 200 euro is nothing. It's like it doesn't make a difference. Like in this account, I risk 500 euro per trade in on average. So 100 or 200, it's nothing. It's like every minute it goes up 100, it goes down 200, 500. It's nothing. I don't care about single trades. I don't care about a few hours. I don't care about this stuff. I care about long-term performance. And I tested my strategies over many years with these exact settings. So I kind of trust them in a way. And I think it would be stupid if I interfere manually, because if I try to trade manually, I usually fail because I mess it up. So I just believe that the programs are better. They stick to the strategy, and I don't care about single day results. Like if I lose 1,000 euro on a day, if I win 1,000 euro on a day, that's like, that happens every day. It doesn't make a difference. For me, it's important that sometimes I win more than I lose. Do you use any backtesting platform other than MT5? No, I actually use MT5 for coding, for backtesting. I think it's really quite a cool platform. You can do everything in one platform. It's quite good in my opinion. Of course, it's not always the fastest for backtesting, but if you run your backtest on a VPS, it's fine. You can just wait. You don't have to sit in front of the PC, wait until the test is finished. You can just start it, come back once it's finished, and that's it. So talking about the trades, now the 40 is also coming down. So most of these losses actually, like a big portion of these losses is coming from US Tech, which is the go long strategy. I don't really care about that. I explained it before a lot of times. Here I'm just following the index in general. So if it goes down, of course I lose. But I believe that it will also go up again, most likely in the next month or years. So I'm not sad about that. The range breakout EAs, I'm a little bit more sad about. Here I'm losing currently most of the money in the Japanese yen pairs, euro and USD Japanese yen, about 500 euro down. But also this is not dramatic at all. As I said, I risk 500 euro on every single trade in these range breakout EA trades. So if I lose 200 or 300 a day, it's not a big problem. But of course, it's not cool and would be better to have profits. But yeah, it's just like every day I make a little bit of profit, I lose a little bit. It's not a big problem. And these trades in the currencies will actually be closed in, let me see, in 4 minutes. If a recession comes, your portfolio will be down a lot more. Trust me. Bro, I trust you fully. Yeah, I mean, of course, it's not a secret. I talked about this before a lot of times. If there will be a big recession in the stock market, I lose a lot. I might lose all of the money in this account. I might lose even more. I'm totally aware of this. This is the risk I take. But yeah, I think I was always transparent about this. Range breakout EA wish asset. Is it working the best? I don't know. Like in the backtest in USD Japanese yen and gold, I think. Also in my live account, actually, in USD Japanese yen and gold. But for example, as I said, last month was really bad for USD Japanese yen. And for the future, I mean, no one knows. Do you have special data sources or just use historical data from a broker? I download Dukascopy data with the Quant Data Manager. It's linked in the description of this also, by the way. So if you want to check it out, yeah, you can find it. And yeah, I just used the Dukascopy data. Okay, so the last 2 minutes for the range breakout EA trades, then they will be closed. By the way, I didn't say it yet in the stream, but of course you can also still use all of my EAs for free in accounts with my partner broker if you're interested. I just post the link in the chat. Yeah, make sure to check it out if you're interested. You can read more about it on my website. There's no disadvantage. René, do you think MT5 backtesting is enough? I mean, sure, why not? Why wouldn't it be enough? It's a good backtesting tool. Of course, you cannot say that only because of the backtest is profitable, the EA will be profitable. That's a different story. But of course, the backtest in the MT5 can be kind of good, depending on your strategy, of course. But for me, whenever I compare the backtesting results and my live account results, depending on the strategy, but for conservative strategies or like normal strategies that I use, it was usually pretty accurate. Okay, so this is about to close the trades in the currencies. GBP US dollar will be closed with break even. Euro Japanese yen will be closed with a loss. Also USD Japanese yen. Overall in these currencies, I will lose about 600 euro, I think. Which is okay, I guess. And then there will be only left the gold and the indices. So trades will be closed in 5 seconds, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there we go. So it closed all of the trades here. Yeah, as I said, GBP US dollar break even. Actually, like losing 10 euro, but 10 euros break even. USD Japanese yen lost 290 and Euro Japanese yen lost 270, which makes a total loss of 670 around 670, I guess. 570 should be. Yeah. God, embarrassing. Yeah, should be 570. My calculation skills are not that good. But that's the loss in the currencies, I guess. And now there will be 55 minutes until gold will be closed. And then, yeah, of course, the trades in the indices will be closed in, yeah, close to midnight. How did you know if the tick data is reliable or not? I mean, as I said, I compare usually the backtesting results to my live trading results. And then if it's similar, then I assume the tick data was not that bad. But you can, of course, also check it in the chart just manually. Do some sample tests, like test some data on some days compared to your broker data. Do some back tests. But yeah, but I think the best test is usually if you just compare actual live trading results to tests in the same time period. That's a good and important test in my opinion. Okay, so this will not be super exciting anymore. I hope I was able to answer some questions. I think I will close the stream soon. And yeah, as always, there will be the the other stream, the 24/7 stream, which is also running right now. So you can just go to my live streams on my channel. And yeah, as always, here there's this other stream where you can see like all of the charts. Just follow them, follow the trades. It's the same account. If you're interested, it's always running, so you can just see how the account is performing. And I guess that is it. With this being said, I am saying thank you to you guys for joining me, asking some questions. I hope I was able to answer. And unfortunately, no profits today, but that's how it is. I mean, as I said, for me, long-term profits are important, and this account long-term is very profitable, so I'm glad for that. And I'm out for today. I will see you in the next video or in the next live stream. And until then, I hope you have a great time